the sea and all that in them is, and he rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and he hallowed it. Now, friends, some of us are getting a little bit lax on our Sabbath keeping. We use it as a day of travel. We use it as a day of complete making up for the imbalance in our life by resting and sleeping all day long. We don't really have Christ enshrined in our heart in all parts, and so Sabbath keeping is burdensome even to us. And if it wasn't for the fact that we could recharge our physical batteries, we would find it a bore. Am I speaking too direct with some of you? I want you to think about this. Unless Christ is enshrined in all of your life, what does the Bible say? It says, pure and undefiled religion is this, to take care of the widows and the orphans in their distress, and to keep oneself what? Unspotted from the world. I'm afraid our garments of righteousness, sometimes falsely so called, are spotted with the same activities that the world's engaged in. We're watching the same stuff, listening to the same stuff, buying the same stuff. And consequently, we have no rest in Christ. And the idea of resting physically all day long for 24 hours, the idea of only doing something but thinking about religion is a chore and a bore. I want us to stop and say to ourselves, if we're going to live free, we've got to live totally surrendered. So what convictions you have from your study and your prayer, live by them and pay a price for following Jesus, and see if the fellowship of the believers and the fellowship with Christ and the rest in your soul are better than even the physical rest that you get. The Lord bless this day, but it's hard for you to enjoy the blessing if your real joy is in the world. So I'm appealing to you. We're coming to the end of all things. Jesus will appear in the cloud, and before he does, great trauma for society and for nature and for the economy and all these places. But I need to remind you, for God's people, he's the ultimate Father, and your bread and your water and your security will be sure. You'll be delivered, friends. You'll be given the strength for what you face. Hallow my Sabbaths, and there'll be a sign between me and you, that you may know that I am the Lord your God. Yes, the seal of God's people at the end of time is faithfulness or loyalty to the Creator. And no commandment expresses that more distinctly and in contradistinction to the rest of the Christian world than the seventh-day Sabbath. It's a showdown over whether or not God is really God or not. And there's going to be a group of people that say, though you slay me, I will serve him.